Hey guys, it's Steph, the Midwest Cowgirl, and today we're working on stopping. Hey guys, welcome to the second video of the Riding Lessons for Beginners series. Our first video we went over on how to get your horse to walk, and today we're going to go over the opposite. We're going to get your horse to stop. So stopping sounds like a super simple concept, and there's actually a lot that really goes into it. So for example, when you're stopping your horse, it's your body, your energy, your seat, your legs, and your hands and your reins are the last thing that come into play. So I'm going to break it down for you guys so that it's hopefully simple enough to understand. I'm going to start off with my seat. So when I'm walking, trotting, or cantering my horse, I'll be moving along in my body. I'm going to slow the rhythm down in my body, because when your horse is moving, there's rhythm, and they're going to follow your rhythm. So if we're in a walk and I want my horse to slow down and come to a stop, I'm going to bring that energy down in my body. I'm going to sit deeper on my pockets, and that's going to tell my horse, I'm going to be asking you something soon, follow me. Then after that, I'm going to go into my legs. So my legs stay put. I'm not going to push on them, I'm not going to bring them back, and I'm not going to squeeze my horse, because squeezing means go. So our natural reaction as humans is when we want to stop or do something, we get tight. So you want to fight that. You want to be able just to relax and just sit. Let your legs be. You want like 5% of weight in your stirrups, not a lot. You don't want to give your horse mixed signals. In addition to my legs and my seat, I will also say the word ho to my horses, but I say it in a certain way. So it's a voice cue, but it also helps me to bring my rhythm and energy down, and it helps them too. So when I'm asking my horse to slow down and I'm doing my seat, I'm relaxed, I'm going to say ho. So it's deep and low, and it comes out slow. If you see people that are riding their horses and they go ho, that's actually like a reaction for your horse to panic, because you're saying it really fast and quick, and they're like, oh my God, I need to stop quickly. It really should just be ho, a nice, slow, steady stop. If I've done all that with my body and my energy and my horse is still not wanting to stop, my reins are going to be my last resort. So I'm going to gather up my reins, and there's a super easy concept and way to do it. Is you would take them, depending whichever hand you feel comfortable with. I like my left hand, so I'll put in my left hand, I keep my hand low, and I pull my reins up this way, and I throw it forward, my hand's still low. Each hand takes a rein, and I'm sitting deep up. Nothing has changed in my body. I'm still sitting deep when I'm asking my horse to slow down. I don't come forward when I'm going to ask my horse to stop, because essentially I'm telling them to still go. So I still want to be sitting deep, and I bring my hands back to my hips, and I don't pull. So you can see Stella got pretty soft on the bit. She's putting the slack in herself. That's how you know I'm not pulling. She's bouncing on the bit. It's called a soft feel. You want softness. You don't want your horse to brace up against you on the bit. You want them to get soft. If I'm pulling, there's never any relief. You can see how her head gets high, and it's uncomfortable for her, and she's like, what's going on here? I'm trying to give. You want it, and if you're afraid that you're going to pull on the reins, plant your hands on the pommel. That way you know you're not going to pull on your horse. And you want your reins short enough so it's clear, but enough where if they give, you're not going to be pulling them backwards. There's got to be a reward or relief for them. So another really important thing is that as soon as your horse stops, you have to give them the slack right away. So that will teach them to understand that the sooner I stop, the sooner the relief will come. So you don't want to stop them and still hang on their face. Put those reins forward as quick as you can. And if you think that they're coming to, like they're pretty close to stopping, I like to give my horses the benefit of the doubt most of the time. If I know they're going to get to that stop, I'm going to release, so that they know, hey, if you're going to listen to my body, I'm not going to tighten up those reins. The quicker you stop, the quicker the relief will come. And a lot of times when your timing is on and your feel is on, they'll catch on really quickly, and it's going to feel a lot better to them instead of pulling on them. In my career, I've seen a lot of people gather up, tighten up the reins in all sorts of different fashion, and it can get kind of messy. So for example, like I see a lot of people do this, or I see them do this, and Stella's like, what are you doing? So when I do it, I think it's the easiest way. Is I'm riding on a loose rein, my horse isn't responding to my body, I'm gonna take my reins, I'm gonna pull them up here, and I'm gonna have them tight enough so it's clear what I'm asking. I'm gonna throw it away. Each hand takes a rein. I'm gonna hold tight enough so that if she wants to pull, she's not gonna pull the slack out. And that's where I'm gonna come back. And I like to plant my elbows next to my rib cage so they're still. And then I know I'm not pulling, but if you think you're gonna pull, plant your hands on this pommel so you're not gonna pull on your horse. So now that I went through all the steps, I'm gonna go ahead and walk around and show you guys. There may be times where she may not be quick to stop, and that's okay. You can see us work through it. So there, she stopped completely off my seat. I didn't even have to do anything with my reins. And I'll do it again so you guys can see it. I'm gonna slow my energy down, and all I did there was sit deep on my butt, and she stopped. She felt me sit deep. I didn't even need to touch my reins. So that's how sensitive your horses can get. And then she can get to a point where I sit back and I just gather my reins and we go into a backup, but that's gonna be a different video. So I'll do it at a trot this time, and we'll see how she does there. Oh, good girl. So see, same thing. I really did not need to use my reins. And of course, there are situations where I do have to use my reins. She's not perfect, although I like to think that she is. There are times where she's distracted and there's, I gotta say, hey, pay attention. But ultimately, your goal is to get your horse to be this soft and responsive and just respond to your seat. That's all. They don't like you pulling on their face, so they are so much more grateful when you help them to understand, listen to my seat and my body so I don't have to touch your face. All right, so this time I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna use my reins, even though I don't need to, but I wanna do the motion so that you guys can see it in action. Shorten here and there, like that. But my seat stayed deep. I had to be really careful not to sit too deep because she was actually feeling my seat to stop, so I kind of had to sit a little bit more up. But I wanted to do the hands so that you guys could see it in motion and how it would actually work to get your horse to stop. Thanks for watching the video. Now that you guys are walking and stopping experts, our third video is going to be on how to turn your horse. So stay tuned. See you in the third video.